Designs that changed history, the font that scared the dictator. Every story has a hero, a protagonist who overcomes obstacles and changes the world around them. In this story, our hero is not a person, but a typeface, Futura. Welcome to Two's Studio. In today's episode, we're telling the fascinating story of Futura, the typeface that defied Nazi Germany and became a global icon. The late 1920s were a time of radical change. Modernism was on the rise, reshaping art, architecture, and design with a focus on simplicity and function. Amid this cultural upheaval, in 1927, German typographer and graphic designer Paul Renner set out to create a typeface that embodied the spirit of the new era. The result? Futura. Futura was not just a typeface. It was a precise and groundbreaking design, inspired by the Bauhaus movement, which emphasized functionality, simplicity, and geometric forms. Renner crafted Futura with clean, sharp lines, perfect circles, triangles, and squares. The typeface featured a low contrast between strokes, a tall X height, and an overall design that stripped away unnecessary ornamentation. This focus on geometric purity made Futura a revolutionary design that looked forward to a new era of clarity and functionality. However, as Futura gained prominence, Germany was plunging into darkness. The Nazis, intent on rebuilding Germany with a focus on nationalism and tradition following World War I, viewed modernism as a direct threat. The Bauhaus movement, championing modernity and expressionism, was a particular point of contention. The Bauhaus, representing innovation and new design principles, clashed with the Nazis' vision. In 1933, the same year the Nazis consolidated their power, they banned the Bauhaus, targeting its avant-garde ideals and influential designers. The Nazis preferred traditional Gothic typefaces like Fraktur, which they saw as more German and aligned with their nationalistic vision. In contrast, Futura's modern, international character clashed with their agenda. Paul Renner, a vocal critic of the regime, soon found himself in the crosshairs. In 1933, as Nazis tightened their grip, Renner was arrested by the Gestapo for defying the regime's cultural dictates. Forced out of his teaching position and silenced, Renner's career was devastated. But Renner did not give up. He continued to work in exile in Switzerland, publishing books and essays on typography and design. Yet, by this time, Futura had already begun its journey beyond the Nazis' reach. While Renner was silenced, Futura's journey had only just begun. The typeface had already spread beyond Germany, embraced by designers worldwide who saw in it the promise of a new world. Ironically, a little later, even the Nazis themselves used Futura in some of their materials, illustrating that this modern typeface had an influence too strong for them to completely suppress. Futura's clean, geometric forms started appearing on everything from avant-garde posters to corporate logos, book covers to public signage, and was used in some of the most significant design projects of the 20th century. It was a typeface that transcended borders and ideologies, becoming the face of modern design. And even after the war, Futura's influence continued to grow, and even used in American politicians' posters. The story of Futura and Renner is a powerful reminder that even in the face of tyranny, creativity can prevail. Futura, which was once threatened by the Nazi regime, went on to be used in some of the most iconic movie posters in cinematic history, from Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey to Wes Anderson's The Royal Tenenbaums. Futura was also famously used by the legendary Barbara Kruger in her photo collages. And if that wasn't enough, Futura even made its way to the moon. When Apollo 11 landed on the moon in 1969, the typeface on the plaque that read, "We came in peace for all mankind," was none other than Futura. Futura is a story of creativity, resistance, and bravery. Renner lived to see his creation become one of the most widely used typefaces in the world, a silent victory against the regime that tried to silence him. Futura not only survived the horrors of Nazi Germany, but went on to shape the visual language of the modern world. Subscribe to 2 Studio and join us in celebrating the lives and stories of creative pioneers.